What's up, guys? Marcel Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, Education on Health, Fitness, Social Well-Being. Welcome to Unfinished Business, Episode 2, Prep Series for Carolina Prime Time. Now, as you guys can see, we just finished up some secondary day squats, and y'all have to forgive your boy, it is very hot. It's literally, I want to say it's like over 9 degrees outside right now. It is, yeah, it's 95 degrees outside right now. So, very, very hot. But today went really, really well. Now, you guys probably already noticed, and some of you really pay attention to my training and what I talk about, especially the last training video that I uploaded before the prep series started, where I kind of got you guys caught up with how training's been going, are probably wondering what's up with my squat, because I told you guys that 1, we had gone to squatting 3 days a week, and that 2, we had dropped the top set on my secondary day, and we're just doing straight sets. So last block, we were just doing like straight sets of 3x6 with a slight assigned load range. And then this block, because this is week 3 of the block, this is a secondary day. You guys just saw this past Saturday's training in the last video. But anyway, we were doing just 2 sets of 5 on this day, then 2 sets of 3 on the tertiary day with 5 to 10 kilos less than whatever load I did on this day. Now, here's the thing. My squat this past Saturday just did not feel strong. And even though, as I discussed, there's the circumstances of, hey, walking around a little bit lighter, getting the baseline back up after what happened with, losing a lot of weight and the higher stress that happened between the Arnold weekend and the Rising Tide weekend. The fact of the matter is my variables this block have been very locked in and very on point. And I know it's not a matter so much of like body weight or stress or recovery variables, for the mere fact that bench still felt fantastic, and deadlift, despite the technical hiccup near the lockout, felt super strong. But my squat just hasn't felt as strong, not just on the week 3s, but in general. It hasn't had like this light feeling on my back that it tends to have. Even if my squat feels a little bit difficult to hold, on my back it tends to feel pretty good and pretty strong. And I just haven't felt that the past couple of blocks. So Brad and I were doing some problem solving. We're looking over things, looking past blocks of training data to figure out, okay, what's the missing piece right now? What do we need? Do we need more volume? Do we need more intensity? We knew it couldn't be a volume thing just because after the corrupted meet, once again, I've been squatting twice a week, and squat was still blowing up. 518 PR triple, 529 PR double, 540 PR double. And even, when we tried the 551 single, even though my shoulder was feeling wonky, I still was feeling overall strong going into it. So the main things that we realized was like, okay, well, we did adjust that secondary day and pull the intensity back on it. And it's this thing where we're like, we might need to pull that intensity back. The only problem is, it's this balance of like, okay, but whenever we let that secondary day get a little bit too high, or what we perceive as too high intensity, it seems like it shoots me in the foot. Like during the Cardio Strength Classic prep, when I hit a 540 single, and then on that same week 3 secondary, I hit 474 for a top set of 6. Felt really strong, felt really good, and then I hit my back down 6s that were based upon a percentage drop from that, and I just felt really beat up and wrecked for weeks after that, even going into the meet. What we realize is it's not the intensity itself, it's the intensity spiking up on the secondary day with higher volume. So for me, like sets of 6, 7, or 8, just due to how I'm built, how I'm leveraged, moving that type of intensity threshold, those type of lows through that range of motion for multiple reps just isn't ideal for me. So our mindset is, okay, let's bring the intensity back on the secondary day. Let's bring that top set back, but keep it a lower rep top set, like no more than 4s, and maybe let it even get as low as 3s as we continue on this prep. And then in terms of the back downs, just keep them back down 5. So the 2x5 that we were doing straight sets, just keep those 2x5. Instead of being a percent drop from my top set to where if the top set spikes up too much, then it'll directly impact the back downs. We're just keeping the back down still that light assigned low threshold that steadily increases week to week and block to block. So that's what you guys saw today. I did 402 pounds for my top set of 4, heaviest I've gone on this day in a while. Still relatively light, but just a lot heavier than 365, 375 that I've been doing recently. And then I had my 363 for my 2 back down sets of 5. And I think it's gonna feel good. My lower back, I'm definitely feeling a little bit, not pain, but just like that typical week 3 fatigue that I feel coming off the primary day. But I do feel like this is gonna be the answer, and it's what we need. So at this point, my bench feels great. I feel very confident in my bench strength and it showing up the way it needs to. Deadlift feels as strong as it's ever been. It is as strong as it's ever been from the fact that I'm consistently hitting 600 pounds plus at the end of pretty much each block. With the squat, it's just this thing where I need it to really show up, because that's gonna really set the tone for the day on meet day. If I squat what I need to, and if I squat the higher end of what I want, it just makes the rest of the meet that much easier in terms of just executing on bench and deadlift. So we have plenty of time. We're still a little bit over 8 weeks out. So we're gonna see how this trends. What I'm gonna do for the rest of this video is I'm gonna take you guys through, just the rest of the session very quickly in terms of, Larson press, leg extension, leg curls. And the next time I talk to you guys will be Saturday, week 1 of the new block SBD, and we'll give a gauge of how today carried over into that. Even though it's only 1 week, I think I'm going to be able to tell very quickly if doing what we're doing with the intensity on the secondary day is going to help me feel better on my primary day. So we'll see.
Pasa el tiempo y no te veo. Dime dónde estás, dime dónde estás. Que extraño el bellacao, las noches de perreo. Dime dónde estás, ay, ay, ay. Te lo dije hace mucho tiempo que como yo no hay dos. No tienes que pa' guayar. Si ves mi cuenta te puedes desmayar. Yo pasé de 725 después. Yo siempre picheo de no los veo. Los aires me ven y me piden fotos.
Yes, sir! Let's go! I was nothing!
Digo que no. En verdad no quiero dárselo a tu madre.
All right, guys, so squats already feel so much better. Literally just 1 week of boosting the intensity on the secondary day, and I felt so much better today. Mind you, today's a week 1, so I'm only expecting it to feel so good because it's a week 1. Obviously, there's still gonna be fatigue on the legs, the back, everything like that. But 463 is the heaviest start point I've ever had for doubles, and that is the best the weight has felt on my back since like 2-3 blocks ago, especially for a week 1. So the fact that it felt this good today, I know it's only gonna get better as I go for week 2 and week 3. And I'm just really, really happy about that. Like, that gives me the confidence I need. Like I told you guys, I'm confident with where bench is at. I'm confident where deadlift is at. And even though I have the evidence of how squat has been trending overall, the past couple blocks obviously have kind of been a hit to the confidence, right? And that's the thing, man. It's okay to acknowledge when you're having a little bit of doubt with training or not feeling great. But the key is to do exactly what Brad and I did. You know, talk to your coach, or if you self-coach, take the time to step back, look at the data, evaluate things, be objective in knowing, okay, hey, things were going well, we can get it back there, we just have to figure out what piece is missing, and then go from there, because those squats felt great, back downs feel amazing. And as you guys see, my client Josh Cortez, also 75, he just hit 507 for a triple, and much easier than the 507 I hit for a triple last episode. So that's the type of motivation that I need, man. Like, when people are neck and neck with you or they're coming up on you, like, that's all the incentive I need to keep things going the way that I need to. But yeah, really, really happy with that. Really, really happy to see how squats continue to trend this block. We're gonna go ahead and get through bench and deadlift, and then, you know, I'll talk to you guys after that.
Sorry. Chris. Got it.
Turn this concert to a murder scene, don't play it, roll it loud. Nigga real like a hockey ring, got damage in my mouth. Blew a bag up on my feet, but still my jump up in the crowd. Apple kicking out his body, if you play, it's going down. Whoa, me have one walk, let's go. Stop before we go boat.
I'm like that. Pushing me away, they been pushing me away. Hey, but how can I complain? When I'm from the bottom, look how far a nigga came. When I'm with you, baby, I forget about the pain. But I gotta go, I gotta get back on this plane. Yeah, and go right back in my yay. Right back in the field, baby, don't forget to play.
All right, guys, so we're done. First day of the block is finished, and this is undeniably the best I felt on a week 1 in a couple blocks, which makes sense, right? Like, the baseline with bench and deadlift just continues to get better because those have never really lost steam or momentum. And the squat, as I already explained, just feels so much better now, just from having that intensity on the secondary day. And it's that sweet spot for me, right? It's this thing where if I let the intensity get too much on the secondary day with too high reps, then yeah, that'll start to nerf me, right? But as long as I keep that intensity and within a specific zone, we're gonna kind of just feel that out to see where that is, just making steady 2.5, 5 kilo jumps each week on the secondary day to see where that is, then we'll be good, man. Like, I feel very, very confident as far as the squats now. So I'm really happy about that. Bench press just felt easy. Like as you guys already know, make sure I'm getting my commands every primary day leading into the meet, because the biggest thing is, you know, bench can be feeling good when you're going at your own pace, but I have to be able to move at the pace based upon the audibles I'm getting as far as the hold, the press, the rack, everything like that. But, you know, nice steady 2.5 kilo jump over last block's week 1 single, and it felt great. Back downs felt fantastic. And then deadlifts were great. My 529 felt better than what 518 did week 1 of last block. And the big thing with my deadlift that I'm really focusing on, just to make sure I don't let my head crank up at all, is as I'm setting my brace, from the moment I hinge down, I'm looking at a specific point on the floor. And I'm just not letting my eyes deviate away from that, because that just works better for me. Instead of thinking about, oh, keep the chin tucked, if I just keep my eyes focused on that and just push as hard as I can, well, then my chin's not gonna deviate, because it can't if I'm focused on that fixed position. So I started doing that on my secondary day this past week for week 3, and it carried over really, really well today. So shout out to my client Kaylee, because I was talking to her about just different cues and stuff that I've given them. And even though she pulls sumo, that's something that I gave to her a long time ago, and that's helped her with keeping her chin tucked. So she brought that to my remembrance, just trying it for myself, and it feels really, really good. So I'm happy with that. As far as the belt squats you guys saw today, we actually doubled up the bands, used my Elite FTS bands, plus the Rogue bands the gym has here. Just because by the end of the last block, I was saying, like, okay, I'm always at the point of being able to have all the plates on this machine, and I need to find ways to like make it harder and more difficult. So I was able to do that. Only had to have 6 plates each side versus like 7 to 8, and only had 2 sets today compared to 3. You guys know that we reduce accessory workload by 1 set on week 1. So I'll do that same weight for 3 sets with double bands next week, and then push the actual objective load on week 3. But everything's feeling good, man. Like I honestly couldn't be happier. And like I said, I'm the type of person, right, where even though, like, yes, powerlifting is an individual sport, and yes, it's like focus on your own progression, blah, 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 I do my best work when there's some type of pressure, when there's someone that I have to push against, or a goal that I have to push for, or even someone underestimating me, saying like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's just what I thrive with. So seeing so many people here at Lone Star that are like right around where I'm at strength-wise is so good. Like I said, part of the reason why I came to this gym is the training environment is what I need. I need that training environment where I feel like I gotta push everything, be on top of everything, be intentional with every set, every rep, every session, no matter what. It's just really easy to get passive when you're around certain type of people. Like I said, I'm the type of person where I'm disciplined enough where I'm gonna do what I need to do regardless, but I just wanna be able to kick it into that second gear, and being around the right type of people really helps with that. So yeah, today was great. Like the best week 1 I've had in a while, and it gives me that confidence that I need to just keep building forward. So that's pretty much it for this episode. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and comment down below, let me know what you did. If you're not, comment down below, let me know what I can get better. Like the video, share, subscribe, keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch you guys later.